This is Kat,
And this is Saskia,
and this is Note to Self.
your weekly dose of everything that's just simply too long to text. Oh, I'm actually kind of chilly.
That's why I have my fuzzy.
I have my jacket. let me just get it on.
Is that going to make a fuck ton of noise?
Do you like it?
Welcome back, everyone. Ready for us to yap and snap because I'm about to snap?
I hadn't planned to do a lover loaf, but I got this over the weekend and I was like, I feel like I have to wear this for Kat.
Saskia's wearing she just put on a vest because she claimed that she was chilly. God damn it, Saskia. We're not even 30 seconds into this.
How you don't look in this corner?
I know,
every
I
week.
should.
I always have something hidden.
It's like a khaki vest that you look like you're going fly fishing.
It actually is from Italy, vintage.
I don't care.
So it's a bit of a vibe. My vision was like hiking, but make it chic. Yeah. I think it's I think it's what every person needs for winter in New York.
Where did you find this vintage fly fishing
Italian vest. I got it at Awoke. You know Awoke Vintage? This is a vintage store in Williamsburg for those who don't live in New York, in Brooklyn. It is my all-time favorite vintage store, mainly because they get so much vintage that they source from Italy. So they specifically call it out like sourced in Italy. Every time I go in there, I buy like 5 things all sourced from Italy.
That I did not know, and I do live in Williamsburg, so I should probably make the most of that before
Genuinely?
I hightail.
Yeah, truly, before she gets out. Kat's looking at moving again, guys.
I know, because my life was not chaotic enough.
She just moved. What? This will be your third move in a year?
No, my third move in 2 years.
No, in a year. Because you moved out. Oh, right.
Yeah. I was like, wait a minute.
Moved out of the other place and into a new place and then into another place. So you moved out and into 2 new places.
Moved out and in then out.
Yeah. So technically you've had 3 moves though of things because you've had to move out and then into another place and then out to another place and then into. Okay.
I love
Anyways,
a chaotic lifestyle.
love that for you. But I thought that this was a cute little vibe. You know, whatever. You know, it's cute.
This is how you wanted to kick off
yeah.
part 2 of our pod with a fucking fly fisherman's vest. God damn it!
I had to break it up. I had to lighten the.
Lighten the load.
I know. I was just about to say that. I was like, I really haven't lightened the load here.
No.
This has got a lot of pockets, so you can add a lot of things to it.
Honestly, that means it's probably originally a man's vest because women's shit doesn't have fucking pockets.
That is true.
Yes, I'm still on a tirade.
I actually like your sweater.
This is a Barber jumper.
What's a barber jumper?
The brand Barber.
Oh, I was like, that's a style of jumpers. Do barbers wear
actually
them?
got it in a sample sale. I went to a sample sale.
Oh, congrats!
Snaps!
Wait, which one did you go to?
The one in Nolita, near Soho.
That is in the city. Mm-hmm. What do you mean? Was it specifically for that brand or like a ton of other brands? Mm-hmm. How long did you wait in line?
7 minutes.
Okay, because
I would not wait in line.
For people listening, this is what I was like, did you go to a sample sale? Because I was like, this girl does not go to sample sales. I mean, even now I find them stressful. They have to be like a kind of curated, smaller one or I get way too overwhelmed.
I've been to approximately 3 in my entire life. And this was my 3rd. And I will not go to another one.
I went a lot of my 20s.
I know.
I mean, you just like, I was broke. So like you would go and just get such good deals.
You going to sample sales is equivalent to me moving. We get the same thrill.
Yeah. Yeah.
The same thrill of just like overheating. For those who have not been to a sample sale, you typically, the like bigger ones, the more extreme ones. So there's one big curtain, which is the changing room. And everyone is just like in there changing.
Hoarding their things.
Yeah. And
It's
everyone,
so stressful.
oh, it's very stressful.
Mirror. So you just have to go with your friend and hope your friend's giving you good advice.
Oh, gosh.
Right? And I remember the Reformation ones back in the day, back when Reformation was cool. Although I did go into Ref recently and buy a top because they had some nice basics, not going to lie. But the first Ref ones, they were like lines down the street, but I would get there usually on a weekday because I worked in restaurants, so I could go during the week. That's when my days off were, and it was quieter. And They were so good. I would get so much good stuff, and like all their clothes were like 80% off.
Oof.
And now I've heard that those sample sales have gotten even more intense. Like people will send the line waiters to like wait for
Yes.
them.
I saw this video, and honestly, I don't even know what the fuck is AI and what is not at this point. But of around the block, people camping out for a sample sale in Soho.
I think
the
it was
night
the
before.
row.
It was,
Yeah,
yes.
the
And
row one was crazy.
But I was like, there are so many people who buy a bunch of shit to then resell it, which I get, that's smart, but I could think of nothing worse. I mean, I could think of a lot of things worse.
Honestly, yeah,
Yeah.
true.
Yeah.
Definitely way more. No, I can't do it anymore. Again, unless it's like a curated smaller one or like an invite one, I just don't have the energy. It's too stressful. Like even some vintage stores stress me out now if there's too much stuff. Like I like when I don't have as much things to look through.
I just get very hot.
Yeah, and
Very
overwhelmed.
hot and overwhelmed.
And then I feel like my eyes can't focus. I'm like, too many
God,
things.
what?
Yeah, no joke. I'll be like, too many clothes.
Something tells me that might be a medical
No, I think
condition.
that's like, no, I think that's like a.
If your eyesight is blurring and getting spotty. I am not a medical professional.
It's
but
overwhelm. It's overwhelm.
I'm trying to cosplay as medical professional the past few weeks, so.
Yeah, right. We're back to cats. What are we calling it? Cat MD? No.
No, we'll get sued for that. Cat's Care Corner.
Cat's Care Corner.
Well, Saskia and I decided that for those consistent listeners, thank you, Father, and our 3 friends.
And our other friends that listen to it, that we love you.
Appreciate you guys. Whoever is consistently listening to this, Saskia and I were like, some people must think that I have like a slew of like healthcare conditions when I do not. I just like to take a very active role in my
In your health.
in my health.
True. I understand that.
I'm very lucky and I'm to be able to do that, but I'm also, as Saskia knows, someone who yaps about everything and anything to make other people feel more comfortable. I told everyone about my colonoscopy. Did they want to know about it? Did they ask about it? Absolutely not. Did I tell them anyway? Absolutely.
I mean, we didn't talk about it here, and I would love to know about it. But I think we have other medical issues we are discussing today. And we'll put a pin in the colonoscopy.
A little pin in the gut.
Or a tube.
Oh, that was nice. Well, so if you listened to last week, I'm going to update on part 2 of my fertility journey. Snaps.
Eggy time.
Eggy time.
Wait, before we get into eggy time, I'm really hot, so I need to
Take
take this
that-
off.
Take that, fly fisherman's. That's going to be brutal on the mic. Oh,
Sorry, guys.
beautiful.
I was putting it behind me. I was like, I'm going to put it on the ground.
That 3-step process.
We're here. I'm ready. Tell me everything.
So last week we were in week 2 of my injections. And I think from memory, I had just kind of shifted to 3 injections a day. I was such a hormonal fucking bitch. And I loved every minute of it.
I loved you
Love
last week. It was my all-time favorite version of Cat.
Saskia sent a welfare check to Joe, which I encouraged because patience of a saint, that man. However, so I ended up doing 12 and a half days of injections. Oh, and so, last week we spoke, I was going in nearly every morning for checkups, and going to a hospital at 7 a.m. on a Saturday and Sunday is just not fun.
No, that sounds terrible.
It's just not fun.
Doing that every day, any day sounds terrible.
I know, 40 to 50 minutes each way during peak hour. Anyway, that's first world problems. So for Saturday, I had a checkup at 7 a.m. Saturday morning, and they did my blood work, did an ultrasound. And then Saturday night, I had what they call a trigger injection. So that is like the last injection or injection combination that you have to get you ready for the procedure. I cannot go into detail about what it does, but it hurt like a fucking cunt.
Oh, that sounds terrible. It's just another needle you administer at home?
Yes. So they were 2 needles, so 2 different medications that I had to mix and, but they sent me the wrong syringe. So instead of 2 needles, I had to make it 3.
Oh, what?
There was the volume of liquid in each of them and the needle and the syringe that I had to mix one of them in was so large. Oh my God. I was queasy.
Dude, I'm queasy hearing this story.
I will show you a photo and I will show you when you're sitting down because I was shaking.
I think, I went over to Cats this weekend. Was that the needle you showed me? that they accidentally.
Yes.
This was huge, guys.
Yes.
It was like, I would say, what is 6 inches?
No, I know 6 inches.
I know.
and
I
that
was
was-
thinking this last night. That is exactly what I was thinking. It looked huge.
It was huge. So they sent me this needle, the wrong needle by accident when they were when I was ordering a refill, and then they had said, I can use that needle and that syringe to mix my trigger injections.
All right.
It didn't really make sense, but I'm such a rule follower. And so Saturday night when I was doing my trigger, the nurse was like, "You have to do this." And she was like, "You listen very carefully. You need to do this at 10:30 on the dot p.m. Not 10:29, not 10:31, 10:30 p.m. on the dot."
What?
She was like, "It is extremely important that it is 10:30."
Oh my God, that is so fucking stressful.
And then you can't like mix, one of the medications too early and just leave it. And then, so I was a mess.
Yeah, I would have
Yeah.
been so stressed out. Why does it have to be so specific? That's wild.
This whole process is wild. And the injections for that, there was just so much volume. And then I went for a walk. I walked the dogs with Joe around the block. Thank God, by the time I was walking up the stairs, I thought I was about to pass out.
Oh my God, that's so intense.
It was so intense. I was so lightheaded, dizzy, headache, nauseous.
just from all the drugs just administered in that 1 minute.
Yep. And so because one of the combinations of the medications I had mimics pregnancy symptoms,
Oh, so you had like morning sickness.
I was like at 10:30 p.m.
Yeah, I mean, morning sickness is a stretch, isn't
Yeah.
it? Like some people
It's
get
just
it
sickness.
their whole pregnancy,
So that happened. And then Monday morning, I had my procedure.
So intrigued.
And it was I was wildly impressed with how seamless it was.
So what happens?
So I get in there. So I'm fasting from midnight. I had my last sip of water at 11:59 p.m.
It's such an anxiety thing to do.
It is. And then I was like, am I going to have anxiety pee? What's going on? And then, of course, Monday morning, the main subway that I have to catch to the hospital, there was an accident.
Standard.
Like a sick passenger. And I was like, God damn it.
No surprise. Of
So
course.
I'm 20 minutes late, but that's why they ask you to come like an hour earlier. They check you in, vitals. They have you take Tylenol. I don't even know if we can say Tylenol now.
Oh, right. Yeah, who knows?
Because they're like, this is like the start of your painkiller process. Doctors, nurses, anesthesiologists comes and talks to you. Meanwhile, Joe like gets to come in a cup outside and waits for me. And I was like, that is nice. And he's like, do you want a bagel? I was like, that would be nice.
He comes out, he's like, the porn wasn't that good in there.
You know what? I would actually, the fucking Pornhub's gone real downhill. Meanwhile, I have like,
Poked and prodded for
He's
fucking a
poked,
month.
yes.
For 2 weeks.
and then so I go in. They are so punctual, so professional. My legs are up on these stirrups. I go night night.
For a second, I thought you were going to be like, my feet were in socks. I was
They
like,
were in socks. I was like, this is quite nice.
You're cozy. So they put you under?
It's like a twilight anesthesia.
What
so
does that
not
mean?
fully under.
Okay.
So I'm breathing on my own.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
It just kind of like knocks you out.
Oh God, it was the best sleep.
So you were asleep.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. It's like a twilight. It's not general.
Yeah.
So, and the whole process is like 10 to 20 minutes.
What do they do?
So they, this, is it a speculum they put a speculum in me and then they insert a needle into I won't go into
Into your
detail.
vagina?
Into my vagine to get the eggies.
The needle gets the eggs?
I don't know how they suction it out. It's not like a straw. They're like,
How big are eggs?
not big.
I thought they were like that.
They're not like Easter eggs. They're not
Genuinely,
Easter. They're not
I thought
Cadbury
they looked
Easter
like an
eggs.
Easter egg, which now that I think about it is
Ew,
fucking
ew.
insane.
Judging by the size of my stomach right now, you would think.
Yeah. So I guess because if they're getting them through a syringe, they have to be pretty small.
They're very small. But that happened. Then I was in recovery, all good, went home. But they tell you as soon as you're out how many eggs they were able to get. And they got 18 eggs 18
little
eggies, which is wonderful.
18 catties.
That's not 18 meows. But I came out of the anesthesia, and they're like, so, this is above average. This is excellent. We got 18 eggs. And I go, what a bountiful harvest.
Oh my God.
And then the nurse behind the curtain, I guess, heard me, and she was like, it was a bountiful harvest.
Oh my God, I'm so dead. That is so good.
It was very funny.
That's
And
cute.
then
I love that.
I slept for another while. So then went home, basically slept on and off for the rest of the day. The pain, mild to moderate cramping, and like sharp kind of, just sharp shooting pains every now and then.
Okay.
More so on my right ovary because they think they took more eggs from my right.
She's a strong one.
She is.
She's strong.
Which is interesting because my left ovary, the follicles were growing faster. So I guess my righty wanted to be a little bit competitive. Yeah, you go. You go. So that happened. So that was on Monday. Tuesday, the clinic called me to check in on me. I had essentially asked for half egg freezing, half embryos.
Yes, right.
Yeah.
Okay. So then how does that work now?
So they need to see how many are mature. Mm-hmm. Not all of the eggs that they take are mature. And so out of the 18, 7 they froze. And then 4 are being fertilized for embryos. The others were not mature enough to kind of go through that next stage.
Okay.
And then, so they're going to be growing the fertilized ones for a week. And then on Monday, I find out how many went to, I'm going to, fuck this. It's like something blast.
Okay, like whatever the next stage is. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so
It's
interesting.
so interesting.
That's crazy.
But
Do you have to pay more to refrigerate embryos, or is it the same price?
it's the same as storage.
So they all go in the same little fridge together?
And they just make friends. Make friends. Joe was
Also-
like, can we visit them? I was like, I don't think you can.
visit them?
Do you want to like...
That is the best thing I've ever heard. Dude, that's so funny.
So that all good. Like the procedure, very seamless. I was very impressed with the care team. What I have learned through this whole process, because I have some fucking key takeaways.
Go for it.
So I got, the 1-pager of do's and don'ts after the procedure. This is going on for like another 1 to 2 weeks until I get my period. Like they do not expect me to balance out hormonally and resume regular activities, like strenuous activities, I should say,
Like
for
working
another
out.
2-ish weeks on average.
Oh my God.
So this is not just like 12-ish days of injections. Like no one really talks about the prep work and the post work. So I can't exercise properly for another 2 weeks or until I get my period. I cannot have sexual intercourse for another 2 weeks. Joe was like, why can't we have sex? I had to sign something.
You just got your aim in a cup, dude. You're good.
Yeah, I was like, you're fine. Everything's okay. And he's like, well, also just like, we're going to conceive naturally. I just have a feeling. I was like, this is an insurance policy. I don't. It's okay. He's like, I had to sign something. And then, no bars, no saunas, X, Y, and Z for 2 weeks.
No bars?
Baths.
Oh, I was like, what happens in a bar?
Well, you never know. I am very fertile right now.
No baths, no saunas. Right. That
Yes.
makes a lot more sense.
Which
if you walk into a bar,
you will get pregnant. And you will regret that. And then there will be one less frozen eggie for your fucking
oh my God.
for your actions. But I was thinking, I was like, there is so much more that they do not tell you that you have to kind of they like drip feed information. You either have to figure it out as you go. And I do understand not just like blasting you with information because not everyone is going to experience everything.
Right. Yeah. And it can be overwhelming then if you start hearing about all these potential things that could
Completely.
happen and then it may not even happen.
Completely. And now I'm having a crash of hormones because I was injecting for 12 and a half days.
What does that look like?
So like a lot of depression-like symptoms, very fatigued, tenderness. I mean, I showed Saskia my stomach when I came in.
Last week it was her boobs. This week it was her stomach. It's pretty crazy.
It's crazy. It is It's painful.
Just so like distended. I was like, damn, that looks like painful.
It's tight.
Yeah, I could see that.
Like the skin is stretched.
Truly looked like you were pregnant, maybe.
Yeah.
But like it looked very painful.
It's painful. Wearing jeans is uncomfortable. But it's more the crash of like, just feeling like very depleted, very sad, very emotional. I was with Saskia and the girls at dinner last night, and I just started crying.
Our friend handed us all. She had such a sweetie. Had knitted us. What are we?
Snoods.
Essentially a balaclava, but like snoods, I guess is what we call
Not
them.
the rubbery kind.
No, it's a cute kind. She genuinely is, and she's a crocheter, but she also has taught herself how to knit. The quality of these was like merino wool
It was a merino wool mix.
Yeah, and I was like, girl, these are like what you buy from like an expensive store. And I was just about to buy one, and hers were perfect. And she did all the colors specifically for us, handed them out to all of us. We all put them on at dinner, and then Kat, she started crying. Then Kat was crying, and I was like, are you guys okay?
Our friend was like, oh, I matched the colors to each of you. And she was going around being like, explaining the justification for the color based on, the color match based on the person. And she goes to me and she's like, well, when you visited me, I remember you saying that you wanted to wear more like sunset-like colors. And mine is kind of like this really nice burnt orangey, reddish
Burgundy.
color. Yeah. And I was like, that is the sweetest thing anyone's done. Like crying at this table in an Italian restaurant.
The best thing I've ever seen. I was like, cry.
Other friends were like, stop crying. I was like, no.
I was like, let it out. Let it out.
So that's where I am at.
But I tell you what I think is interesting, this whole process is with the emotional kind of roller coaster you're on. So like, you have your physical symptoms, but this is just so freaking classic of like medical procedures is like, why is there no like mental health support?
Exactly.
Because there really should be.
It's also completely, and it's like this whole process has been like a very, very confronting lesson in just letting go.
Yeah.
Because I was trying to find out when the procedure was, and it was literally a day by day, and I was at the mercy of, these needles. And I understand I'm extremely privileged to be able to do this and go through this experience, but you are a prisoner in your own body.
Yeah.
And I was like, all right, I guess I'm just at the mercy of these follicles.
Yeah, like you have no control. Which I think in a way though, it's like, so you've done this, and this isn't negating that it's like so difficult doing it now, but I think about women who are like wanting to conceive now, and they go through this because it's their only option, right? And imagine like, so this is already stressful enough and you're not even trying to conceive right now. Like, again, why is there no mental health support? And
That's
then
so
we wonder why women get fucking postpartum depression or something. It's like, look at all these emotional turmoil they're going through. I've had multiple friends going through postpartum depression and feeling so freaking alone. And it's just like wild to me that these things are not more openly discussed.
That is such a good point about like the mental health support because it's almost like, and I was like, I'm not even trying to conceive right now. I'm just kind of doing the prep work like a good student.
A good student. I'm acing this exam.
I followed all the rules, guys.
But it's still like, look at the toll it took on your mental health.
It's crazy. And it's like, I just feel so like not myself. And then I will have these like lash out moments, or I'll get so like irrationally frustrated at something that I would usually be able to say like, oh, it's all right, all good. And then it's like, you kind of like are looking at yourself from the outside in a way that
I
it's
know
like,
that.
this is not, you don't recognize yourself.
Yeah. You're like, well, what are you doing? You're being crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, it's almost like the women who get doulas, and I've had a few girlfriends that do this for their pregnancy and for when they give birth, because they have obviously their, OBGYN who helps them through the birth, but there's so many little nuances from like prior leading up to like getting ready to give birth, and then also having the doula there afterwards, even like helping with breastfeeding and things like that. It's almost like you need a version of that, but for this whole process, who like knows all the ins and outs of the medical, of like the different medical things that can happen, the different symptoms. So it's like when you're going through it, they can be like almost coach you through it, and then support with the mental health side of things.
Like an advocate.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I was like, fuck, is this normal?
Right. And at
Do
least you
should I
could
do
call
this?
them and be like, hey, I'm having this symptom. And they're like, totally normal.
Yep.
Happens to some people. Like, so you're not just totally in the dark.
Yes. And then I go down a rabbit hole on the internet, which I should not be doing.
Everyone knows you shouldn't, but we all do it.
We do it. But it is like, yeah, this whole experience. Well, I have another 2 weeks of it. So,
Well, yeah, keep us updated on how the mental health goes. But I really appreciate you sharing it because I think it's really important for people, for women who want to hear about it and learn about it. And I think, again, like the more we talk about these things, the easier it gets for everyone, you know?
yeah. And I think there's I'm not trying to kind of be like, woe is me. I think I'm trying to shed more light on the fact that there's not enough communication or education around the time commitment and the toll of mental health. And those aspects. Bottom line, huge lesson in letting go. I was very, very lucky to be successful, very lucky to be able to do that. I don't want any pokies in my stomach anymore for a while.
No, let's give that stomach a break.
Oh my God.
Oh my God, poor thing, man. Joe, stay out of there.
Get out. No pokies for anyone or anything. Stay out of there.
Oh my gosh, I'm dead.
But on to lighter topics, I need to hear... I've been waiting for part 2 of India. This has been part 2. Part 1 of fertility in India, part 2 of fertility in India. So hit me with your best.
We love these like stories together.
I'm staring at you with such
love.
Here comes some emotions.
Okay, India part 2. So
lock in, baby.
Get ready. I think I left us off last week talking about the beaver rug experience and also Lily's love your work. But I think I wanted to kind of continue on through like the shopping experience there because I think that was something that was really unique as well. So where we were in Rajasthan, it's known for textiles, like weaving and silver. So specifically silver jewelry, which I'm more of a gold girly.
Gold girly.
Gold girly. But Lily's a big silver girl and Jeffrey, loves to wear silver too. And I had wanted to get him some pieces. So it's so interesting because you go to these like specific people who like specialize in this, like in this form of artwork is, I think of it as art, and you feel there is so much pride. So like the silver place, for example, we went to this town. This man is known for his designs. He like works with like Tiffany's. So like he designs things and sends it over and then Tiffany's puts their label on it. Yeah. So there's so many, everything comes from India. Everything. It's fascinating, especially in like the kind of like textile jewelry realm. So we go in and it's like their house and they downstairs have their like showroom. And it's all like just big pieces of sheets out and you sit along the outside and it's a whole experience. Like you get told about the process and how the silver's made and the history of it. And oftentimes these businesses have been in the family for, years. So it's passed down throughout the family. And usually you're served chai or some like Indian treat, like a pakora or something. Sometimes it's like rum and Coke. And
oh, fuck yeah.
Dude, it's like a whole thing. And it's so, again, it's like this kind of process or ritual, I guess you could say, of like, this is it. You can't just go in and shop. It's like, it's up to you to sit there and respect and like listen to the story as well. Super fascinating. So then we listen to the whole story and then all of a sudden all this silver comes out and they're just throwing these boxes of silver. It's just silver jewelry everywhere over the ground.
Like, ooga.
Dude, it was amazing. All of us were like, and that's my favorite way to shop is just to sit and just looking through things. And I was like digging through boxes, finding like unique pieces. And I fucking loved it. I got Jeffrey 2 beautiful, like, I guess bracelets. What do you call them?
Bangle bracelets. That's just
something like that. Bracelet, and some earrings. And they were really, it just was such a beautiful experience. And it was the same thing at the rugs. Like when we went out to the weaver, not to be mistaken with the beaver. Similar thing, had the best chai I've ever had. And then all of a sudden just rug after rug after rug. And then we went to a specifically silk company or business and you got to see them like individually making these rugs that take like a year sometimes.
Damn.
It was crazy. And that was the place that served us like rum and Coke. And the guy who was like telling us about it all, he lived in Australia for like 20 years. So he became a citizen and then he moved back to India. But he feels very like connected to the Australian culture. So he was like,
I love that.
It was so sweet. And he just like wanted to get drunk with all of us. I was like, dude, it's like 11 o'clock in the morning.
I would have partied with him.
I had a rum and Coke. Their setup was hysterical though. Like it was a production. So these were the silk rugs, right? So it's like you have one rug coming out and then 2 guys are holding it and then they're walking around so like you can see the light change on it. And I'm going to Lily. I was like, cue next rug, cue next rug. It's like they have like Imagine so like they've got like the production like headphones in is what I was imagining
so
happening
good.
behind the scenes. But it was just beautiful though. Like the pride in the work was something that I'd never. You just don't get it like that here, you know, unless you're going to like a small boutique or independent designer. So that was something that really stuck with me. And then I guess the next thing I wanted to go into was the elephant god, which is like the one that very much connected with me. Yeah. So a highlight was definitely seeing elephants for the first time ever in my life, like in person, right? So we went to this.
Like in the wild or in a sanctuary?
It was at a sanctuary.
Got it.
Yeah. So you do see like elephants. I think they said they're not native to India, but they obviously, so like there's the, I'm not going to go into that. I didn't prep for the type of elephant I saw. As I started to do it, I was like, I don't have notes for this. I don't remember what elephant I saw.
For people who are not watching this, Saskia just had like 19 different, like her brain just buffered. There were like 19 different glitches.
Dude, it buffered so hard because I was like, wait, what elephant did we type of see? I don't remember the type we saw. But anyways, so essentially what I was trying to get at was actually that like there's still like elephants that are in captivity in India that are like being ridden or like used for tourism. It's really sad. And they're trying to rescue as many as they can. So this sanctuary, they rescue all animals from like donkeys to dogs to cows. So they only had 4 elephants because they're also like, it's a lot to look after them.
I can imagine.
And apparently some sanctuaries are just taking so many in and then like the quality of care isn't very good. But it was really beautiful because the 2 elephants there, they'd had, I think, for like 18 years, one of them, and the other one for 15. So they're best friends. It was so freaking cute. It was so sweet.
Oh my God.
Dude, and one of them was like leaning on the other one, like falling asleep. It was the cutest thing I've ever seen.
Do not make me cry.
Girl,
do not.
So beautiful. So you get there and you get to kind of the experience, and they only allow really small groups, like a few a day, and you get to go in at different times of the day. They also have a few places where you can stay. So it's almost like a little hotel as well, but it's all built into like this reserve, very natural, super beautiful. So we got to like feed the elephants breakfast.
Little brekkie.
So cute. And then we got to wash them.
I legitimately thought you were about to be like, and then we got to ride them.
No, we're not allowed after. I was like, and then you can't ride. No. So we got to wash them. So you like scrub their feet. And I was like getting under the elephant, scrubbing him.
Why do I feel like you would be really, really good at that?
Dude, I fucking loved it. I could feel this one elephant and I were vibing. I was like, I can see you. You can see me. I just like
the elephant in me sees the elephant in you.
Also, you were allowed to like cuddle the elephant. Like they like you to do that. And its little its like trunk was like coming up and like going up next to me and stuff. And I was able to like rest and I looked up into his eyes or into her eyes, and I just like the eyes, like it's crazy. You feel like they're staring into your soul. There's so much depth in this animal, and you can see why they say elephants remember you. It was truly such a profound moment where I felt so connected to this animal. And then you walk with the elephant and their kind of minder through the reserve, which was beautiful. And what the only person that is allowed to ride the elephant is the person that is like assigned to looking after them. And then this person, and it's not like the person's allowed to, like the elephant lets them. Okay. And I asked, like, does that hurt their backs? Because that's what I had always heard. And they said, well, actually, like, what is bad for their backs is when it's used in tourism and they're putting those seats on them, right? But if it's one person, and an elephant will let the one person that looks after them do that, and they just sit like right on their kind of like necks there, it's fine. But the guy who like owns the reserve, he was like, I couldn't do it though, and I own this place and I see these elephants every single day and they would never let me up there. Aww. But their
boundaries, we love
boundaries, right? But it's so fascinating. The minders spend all the time with them, 24 hours a day. They sleep near them. They are the same ones that feed them every single day, wash them every single day. So it becomes like their family.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, like they don't see their family, these people who decide to do this type of work.
I guess they say you can choose your family.
yeah. The elephants
put a whole new meaning to that.
But it was so beautiful to see. You could see like the connection with each of them with the elephant. And it was very, very, very special. So I think like, yeah, so we had that wonderful day. Found out Dua Lipa went there a few months ago. So vibes.
I was
Me and Dua
about to say
travel.
slay.
Ew.
I know, that's
Ew,
so
I
unnatural.
can't even do it.
See, I am not myself. That is a perfect example.
That was a weird one to come out of your mouth. But all of that kind of led to me. I've always loved, the image of the elephant god in India as well, right?
Yes.
And that god is called Ganesha. And now after having seen the elephant, I asked our guide, I was like, what is the story of Ganesha? Because I was intrigued about, he had mentioned him a few times throughout the journey because he's like probably one of the most popular gods in India. And this story of Ganesha was really beautiful. And I did want to share that because it all fell, I think, seeing the elephant in real life and then having this connection with this god. And the god is known as like the remover of obstacles. And it's the god of new beginnings, wisdom, and intellect. And I think the story of Ganesha is really interesting because his mother created him from clay to guard her. And her partner was the god Shiva. And Shiva came back and he didn't recognize Ganesha. And they had some like weird kind of like debate and a struggle. And essentially he beheaded Ganesha because Ganesha was a boy. And then the mother was so upset and she was like, what did you do? You like beheaded my son. And he's like, I didn't know. And there's two stories here that apparently there was an elephant that was visiting at the time with her child. So she gave the child to Shiva saying, this is my offering to the gods. You can have my child. So he took the elephant's head and put it on the body of the boy that he had beheaded.
And that's like some Toy Story shit. Holy
we
my
put
God.
them together.
Yeah. You make nice.
And then the other story is that an elephant mother and her child were visiting and the mother had her back to the baby and Shiva stole the elephant child. And the story is like never turn your back on your child type thing is like the parable there, I guess. I know. So there's two ones and my guide said like people choose which one they like better. I was like, I like the happy one.
I like, yeah.
I like that she like did it because it's like for the gods and then they both survived.
Yeah, I don't like abduction.
No,
we don't like that.
Child abduction was not it. Yeah, I was like dark. So I don't know. There was something about though that of like Ganesha and it's meant to bring you good luck. So I have my little mini Ganeshas that I bought when I was there, and you put them in the front of your door, and it brings good luck and new beginnings.
I'm looking at your
behind
door.
you. There's 3 little ones.
Oh, they're beautiful.
They're very cute. I can show them after. But yeah, so I think, especially with having news that Jeffrey and I just signed a lease on our new apartment.
Whoa.
Finally we're moving. So new beginnings. Ganesha's got my back. It was all you, baby. All you.
Honestly, that timing is
Weird.
interesting because Saskia has been looking for a new abode for
God.
6, over under 6 months.
So long.
So, and then look, this is trusting the process, letting go.
Truly.
And it will,
Truly.
and it will
Letting
come.
go. And I know we're nearly at time, and I want to we don't want to keep you guys for too long. But
What?
Nearly. Oh my God, I sound like I'm in a work meeting
Yes,
just then.
Jesus.
So guys, I know we're about to wrap up, so I do want to finish.
We can circle
though.
back.
I don't want to have an episode 3 of India, so we may hold you guys longer today. Hope
It's just
you
like
get
when
run
at
over.
school, when they would, when like the recess or lunch bell would go off and you'd be like, let me the fuck out
Oh
of
my
this
gosh,
class.
you're like, why are you still talking?
And then the English, it was always a fucking English teacher would just like do the cursive a little slower.
Yeah, they
Cunt.
do it as like a power trip.
Yeah, fuck yeah.
Anyways.
Anyway.
The next 3 points I have. Taj Mahal was one of the final places we went. And they say, like, Taj Mahal is essentially like a monument. It is a love letter and a monument.
Oh.
So, and then in our itinerary, it is said that the world is divided into 2 parts, those who have seen the Taj Mahal and those who have not. And girl, let me just tell you, walking in to seeing the Taj Mahal, and you see it through this kind of archway, and we went at 6 a.m. So the sun is rising, and it's this like, it's almost disappearing into the background. I have goosebumps because like you're
Like a mirage?
almost like a mirage. And you walk through and you're just, I cried. Everyone in the group cried. My mom's seen it multiple times and she cried again. And I thought, I've never felt like super touristy things. I was like, like sometimes, it's a little too much with all the people.
Right.
But there was something that it just felt so, it was just love, man. It was truly just like radiating
oh my
love.
God, I can feel you. Like,
It was really beautiful. And I have a tattoo on my back that says art is love made public. And that to me was just what it was,
are you tearing up?
Yeah, it was so
That's
beautiful. And do you
beautiful.
want to know the story of it? Is it was made as a it's a monument to his wife, the king who made it, or yeah, the king, because she died in childbirth and she was on her way to see him and she was told not to go because he was, I guess, away doing something. And on her way to see him, she died. And then he built this monument in like for her. So they do say it is a full on love letter.
If he could, he would.
Yeah.
What's this? Wait, what is it? Wait, no. If he wanted
Yeah.
to, he would. God
He
damn
sent a
it.
photo to Jeffrey and I was like, do better.
The standards have been
have been have been raised.
raised.
Yeah. We're like risen, no.
Risen.
But yeah, like, oh, wow. Really, if you ever get a chance to go,
It's very moving.
Does live up to its name. And it was, you just could have spent so long there. And the closer you got to it, just like the bigger and more like majestic it became. Damn. And that sunrise, watching the colors of it change.
That's gorgeous.
Oh, it's stunning. It is stunning. So
Stunning.
that was a very, very, very beautiful way to kind of end the trip. And then kind of my last 2 points were really obviously around the food. I was very proud to say I did not get deli belly. So
Deli, is that what they call it?
yeah,
That's
essentially
like,
it's like food. It's food poisoning.
Like Bali belly.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Like they say deli belly, and I was like Googling it because I was like, oh, this is just food poisoning, but it's like the name that tourists
Yeah.
have created. Food was incredible. I was like, oh, am I going to get sick of Indian food every single day? But like, it's so different. And I think I mainly ate vegetarian, which was a lot lighter, but just like, I feel like I like know Indian food relatively well, but like going there, I was like, oh my gosh, there's so many different like dals and like paneers and things that I'd never tried
Yum.
before. And just so much lighter. Like, I feel like it's really heavy here.
Yeah, I mean, I could eat Indian every meal of every day,
Yeah.
just in general. But I can imagine that the quality. I mean, the quality there obviously astronomical, like not even comparable.
Not even comparable. The naan bread, like it was so crunchy and crispy and just so different. It's super doughy here, I found. But like everything about it was so amazing. And every region has their own kind of take on different curries and different dals, and it may be like called the same thing, but it's slightly different. And then we also got to obviously have some meals at like people's houses. So like I think I mentioned our tour guide had taken us to his house one night, so his wife cooked for us. And then when we were in Agra, where the Taj Mahal is, a friend of my mom's, their family invited us over to their house for dinner, and it was so beautiful.
Yeah, that's beautiful.
And it was really great to eat also like home cooked food as well.
Yes.
It was truly incredible. And now I just, all I want to do is go back and eat it because it is not the same here.
I would go back for the food.
I
mean,
yeah.
go back. I've never
You
been.
could go
Oh
back
my
for the
God.
food.
I just like morphed my body into yours.
Although I was laughing because Kat was like, yeah, you know, like butter chicken is so westernized. This was when I was talking to the girls last night at dinner. And I was like, yeah, first thing Lily and I did order when we got to the hotel, we got it in at like 10 p.m. at night. We're like, butter chicken.
Dude, I fuck so hard with the butter chicken.
Dude,
I don't care how basic it is. I know I'm leaning into every stereotype. I do not care. I love it.
It was so fucking good
Love
as
it.
well. Like room service at this hotel in Delhi, we're like, this is the best thing ever.
Now
I
I
so
want
good.
Fuck, I'm gonna order Indian for dinner.
Do it. So freaking yummy. Oh my God. And then I guess the final part of this whole journey, and I saved it to the end because like I think it's by far the most important, is like obviously we spent a lot of time visiting temples. So temples are everywhere. And I think the thing that I really took away was it was so fascinating just to see how people going in to just give thanks to something above themselves or whatever it is they believe is just a part of everyday life. Like just popping into the temple and quickly like giving thanks and like leaving, you know, it's ingrained in their society. And I think our tour guide had said that there's hundreds of gods in India, and it's almost like how we have superheroes as kids in Western culture. Like they have these gods and goddesses.
Whoa.
And kids get to pick like, oh, you have your favorite god and your favorite goddess or whatnot growing up. And I thought that was really beautiful. And I think while I was there, I had obviously I had mentioned the last podcast around Matthew McConaughey's Poems and Prayers. And I just love him. I had just started reading that, which is kind of funny because it's like obviously nothing to do with India. But I think it was more this sentiment of gratitude and like the practice of gratitude, because I think that's what he's talking about is he's saying this idea of poems and prayers are very like similar things. They're mantras, right? And I feel like we had spoken about this, that in a society where you don't believe in something more than yourself, whether it's God, energy, universe, whatever you want to call it, there you become inherently selfish.
Yep.
And I think I see that a lot in Western culture.
For sure. That's such a good way of putting it, though.
Right? And then being there when I had just started to have these thoughts and then seeing a place where there's so much gratitude, it's going to make me cry. Because, like, you see these people that have so little. Like, there was a girl on the street with no legs, and, like, she was just, like, smiling so much at us, and her grandfather's pushing her, and then a woman who's, like, begging, and all she wants to do is, like, hold your hand as she's, like, holding her baby. And it really makes you realize that it's like we're doing something wrong, you know?
We're doing a lot wrong, and a lot of people have their heads so far up their own ass.
Truly.
And it's like, yeah, a perspective is everything. And it's shitty that we have to go to these different environments to realize just how selfish we are. Inherently selfish.
Yeah. And
Like,
it's
inherently.
really sick when
And
you
we just want
see
more.
Exactly. It's the more. And I think that's something that's really hard living in a city like this where there is so much wealth and it starts to make you think you need more than you do.
And we have everything at our fingertips. We are constantly subconsciously comparing and analyzing and critiquing. And everything is based on, appearances. Like, it's where unconscious bias is stemmed from. Like, you're going to be taken more seriously if you are an attractive, put together person. You're going to be, like, on the front lines.
And I think that's why it's like so often I personally try and make time to hear people's stories because I think everyone has an insight to give, and it was just a very profound experience. And at one stage we went to this temple and it was the Jain temple. And I really found Jainism very interesting because it's this ancient religion in India and it centers on the principles of nonviolence. And they don't really believe in like a creator God, but rather like views the universe as like eternal and self-existing, which I love that. Like there's no one single power.
Yeah.
And and their biggest thing is live and let live, which I just think is like the best thing I've ever heard in my life. I was like, that is going to stick with me forever. So we went to this temple and it has like, it's all marble. It had 29 holes, like 1,444 pillars. Like it was
Holy
the craziest thing up in the mountains. It was wild. And I was sitting there. We were there for about 45 minutes. It wasn't super busy. And I kind of found this little corner and it's all open to like nature around you. And I was sitting there and I like, all your eyesight's kind of point into like the deities in the middle. So I was like full eye line with one of these like kind of statues. And I started meditating and this message came to me. And it was that I can want material possessions, but I can't let material possessions define my happiness.
Hell yeah.
And that's how I think that was really a key takeaway for this whole trip because I had these beautiful experiences supporting the jewelers and the weavers and like, those rug makers and all these beautiful things. And we stayed in these gorgeous hotels. And I feel like I also loved supporting those people and their artwork and their craft and the beautiful things they've created. And I love those beautiful things in my life. But I think where I don't want to fall into is thinking I'm not happy unless I have that.
That's a really profound statement.
Thank you. Well,
Damn.
I think that's where literally I think the final of everything came back to that and just living my life with more gratitude and carving out time to say thank you to my little Ganesha or whatever it is, thank you to my friends and my family and just the wonderful people around me. Like you guys I'm so thankful for you all. And I think community is one of the strongest things in our lives and we need to prioritize that more.
I think that's beautiful. And I'm going to feel more gratitude when I order Indian tonight.
Do it. Think of where it stemmed from,
Yes.
because it's a profound culture. And I think the last thing I'll say is what Devendra said when he left, when we said goodbye to him, who's our guide. And he said, I just want you all to be happy and to be grateful. And we hoped that we loved his country.
Oh,
Dude, it was so beautiful. And for anyone that gets a chance to go to India, go, 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 go. Message me. I'll tell you everything to do. Like I'm going back there. India is like a part of my life now. I just know I'm going to continue going there.
that's beautiful.
Thank
Oh,
you.
God. All right, well, guess we're Fuck, on that note.
Wrapping up, guys, just in time. I held you by over 5 minutes.
We will check in next week on this roller coaster of emotions.
Thanks, everyone. Appreciate you listening. I hope you got something good out of today.
Gratitude, bitches.
Yeah. Remember that.